Welcome to
The one and only Wells in the Woods.
So, if you're not doing this, you 100% should. We are talking about how to check your arrows before you go shooting. Even whenever you're shooting 30, 40 pounds, it can be pretty detrimental if you're shooting a damaged arrow. I've got a good friend of mine. He didn't know that his was damaged, and whenever he released, it snapped somewhere in the middle and it almost went into his hand, and that would be just a gnarly hospital visit. I would hate for that to happen. I mean, you probably wouldn't be able to shoot your bow for a month. Whatever your arrows are made out of, whether you have carbon or an aluminum arrow or even wood, it would just suck all around.
Yeah, I mean, and also thinking about, are you a beginner archer or you're somebody that's actually seasoned in it?
Exactly.
Is it gonna scare you moving forward? You know?
Yeah.
So it's a lot better to be careful and
safe
knowledgeable. Yep.
So what I usually do is I take it at both ends. Obviously, you don't want to tear up your fletching or nothing like that. And I just take it in a circular motion, just kind of bend it about like that. You don't want to go too much. You don't want to snap your arrows or damage them by doing this. But this one's really quiet, right? You can't hear anything popping, snapping, or cracking. This for sure I know is a damaged arrow. I actually hit it in the field. You can see right there where I hit it practicing one day. But if you take it and do the same thing, let's see if I can get it to do it. It's very quiet, but it is noticeable. And they're made to flex. They're gonna flex. You know, if you don't know about spine weight, there are plenty of videos on YouTube. And if we need to, then we can make a video kind of talking about that too. So make sure that you have the right spine weight, okay, for the bow that you're shooting or the pounders that you're shooting, and make sure that they're not damaged, and you should be fine. Whenever you're shooting into any type of target, I don't care what it is, whether it be a bag, a 3D, or a foam target, or whatever, your tips will get loose. Like no matter how many times you tighten them, they have some field tips that have O-rings on them to help keep them tight. I have a few of those, and I still, even though that it has that extra precaution, right? I still, whenever I pull one out of a target, no matter what type of target it is, I always take it and I twist it on some more to make sure that you're not losing field tips. Because I mean, you can have a bow and you can have an arrow, but if you don't have field tips, you're just going to tear up all your arrows. I've actually had this happen to me. And luckily I caught it before I shot another arrow out of it. Your cable guide. Now, if you have a roller cable guide, you shouldn't have to worry about this, but it's a good check no matter what. Mine is like polymer or plastic or something like that, and mine actually snapped. I felt a pop whenever we were out practicing one day, and I didn't know what it was, and I was just kind of looking at my bow. Actually, your bow,
that's what I was gonna say.
It had, your string had come off, and then after I had put her string back on, hers was fine. Hers perfectly fine. I don't know what happened or why I did it.
I had pulled mine back, and I realized, I was like, something feels weird, and
yeah.
I said it out loud. I was like, that didn't feel right, and I shot again, and I was like, something is wrong with my strings. Like, I can tell there is something going on here. And I looked at it and realized it had completely popped out. So luckily I didn't damage my bow or anything. We did a check on it.
Well, and what this cable guide does is does what it says. It guides your cables away from where your arrows are going to be shooting, or arrows as they're coming out of the bow. I'm not going to completely knock this, but you see how you have that clearance right there as it's leaving right out of your bow. That's what it does. If that's popped off, then it's just not going to work. It's a bad
fletchings and everything else.
It's a bad day. Another thing to check is something that also happened to me is your cable stops right here. This is typically where you set your draw length, your back wall, if you may. I've had these come loose whenever I first got this bow. Make sure you kind of wiggle your sight, wiggle your wrist, so that you can keep your accuracy, especially before you go hunting or something like that. It's just good things to check. It's a lot different than a rifle. Whenever you're hunting, especially whenever you're hunting, there's a lot more moving parts per se. Somebody shot a deer.
Somebody got one.
That's some things that I like to check. before I shoot, before I practice, especially before I go hunting with it. Yeah, if there's anything else that you guys maybe can think of, drop it in the comments. Maybe you can inform me, somebody, help somebody else out. Some other things that you do, go run through some checks that you do on your bow before you either go practicing or hunting or whatever. So, yeah, thanks for watching.